Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial on how to assemble your flute. These tips are going to help you to preserve the lifespan of your flute. So this is how I assemble my flute. So the first thing I do when I open up my flute case is I reach for my head joint. Now of course the flute is made up of 3 different parts: the head joint, the body of the flute, and the foot joint. So I reach for my head joint first and I take that out of the box like so, and I hold it right here just underneath my mouthpiece. Now you don't want to hold it over your mouthpiece because you can bend your mouthpiece if you're putting too much pressure on it, and you don't want to hold it at the top because you don't want to move this little bit at the top right here. And then I reach for the body of my flute like so. And I make sure that I don't touch any of the keys because this is really, really important in preserving your flute pads and your flute rods right here. So holding your body like this, I just place my head joint on top of my body. And I don't kind of align it at this point, I do that a bit later. Then I reach for my foot joint like this, and I make sure that I'm holding right at the end of my foot joint, making sure that I'm not touching any of the keys. And I place that onto the bottom of my flute. So then I go ahead and align my foot joint to the body of my flute, and I do this by aligning the rod of the foot joint up with the keys on the body of my flute. So then I'm going to align my head joint with the body of my flute. Now I'm going to show you the default way, I guess, of doing this because some of you will probably have it more twisted out or more twisted in, depending on how you guys play. So the default way, I guess, is aligning the mouthpiece or the hole of the mouthpiece to the keys on the body of your flute. To do this, you can kind of just eyeball it if you want, but to really, really accurately check is if you look down your flute like this and close one eye, you can kind of do it pretty accurately like that. So, and that is how to assemble your flute. So to put my flute away, I clean it first before I do that. Some people clean their flute simultaneously while they're putting it away. Some people disassemble and then clean it. It's up to you, but definitely don't skip that step because you ultimately want to preserve the life of your flute, and cleaning it is just one way of doing that. So I start off with my head joint. I just twist it out of the body, just like so, and place it in the box. And then I do the same twisting motion for my foot joint. So I hope you guys found that somewhat useful, and I will see you next time. Bye!